Well, hello again, Trucker Todd here, and it's time for another video. It's been about 2 weeks since I did my last video, and a lot has happened. In this video, it's going to be kind of an update video. I'm going to tell you what's going on with the cop car. In my last video, I talked about Pilot Flying J. There's been some developments there. I'm going to talk about that ongoing thing. And I'll also update you on what's going on with Roadrunner. As you can see, probably by looking in the background, I'm in a hotel. That'll be the only clue I'll give you. And I'll kind of tell you what's been going on and what's planned in the future. I've also got a little bit of good news to throw in there as well. So y'all stay tuned, and here we go. Okay, so let's get started. First thing, like always, everyone give me a thumbs up. It's right under the video. Click on that. It puts me higher in the analytics with YouTube and more people see my videos. Also, if you have not subscribed, click that subscribe button. Wait a few seconds, a bell will pop up. Push that bell and then hit all, and it will notify you when future videos come out. Now, I've had people ask, well, what's it cost to subscribe? There is no fee, there is no cost. The only thing is you'll receive a notification when I put out new videos. And hopefully I'll be putting them out more frequently. Normally I try to do a couple a week. Like I said, I hadn't done one in a couple of weeks because it's just been so crazy and hectic. But anyway, I appreciate that. Also, like always, down in the description below, there's a link if you'd like to apply at Roadrunner to do what I'm doing. There's a link there. You can click that, get your application in. The recruiter that I use is really, really good. She'll answer all your questions, and she's an honest person. You can trust her. And then my email is also down there too. I ask that when you do an application, shoot me an email, let me know. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me, and I'll help you as best as I can. Let's see, what else? Also, I think that's it. If I think of something else, we'll jump right back in. Let's start with the cop car. So there was a video. I bought a cop car, 2007 Crown Victoria Police Interceptor with the street appearance package off an online auction. We got it to the house. Transmission went out on it shortly thereafter, and we went to the wrecking yard. About died in the heat. It was over 100 when we pulled the transmission, and it was at one of these wrench apart places where they don't let you use a jack. They don't a lot of stuff. They have a lot of restrictions, and it was a real pain. We got about 3/4 of the way pulling one and decided to switch to a different transmission. Got it out. We made a kind of game time decision to not change the transmission filter. Honestly, it was the first one I'd ever done that I did not change the transmission filter. I got it put in and we noticed it wasn't shifting right. Dropped the pan, and the transmission filter had a hole knocked in it. So we switched the transmission filter and put it back in, and it runs pretty good. I was driving it back to Lubbock from my son's house, and it started downshifting between overdrive and high gear. And it's still got a check engine light on, and the cruise isn't working. That is, if I'm not mistaken, the first year that they did the throttle by wire. It's not an actual throttle cable anymore, it's a wire. And I do believe that the cruise control not working might be affecting the transmission not shifting. If any of you guys have any knowledge about that, shoot me an email or leave me a comment below. I'm always open to other ideas and other opinions. When I get a little time, I'm going to have another guy that's a little more knowledgeable, maybe a Ford dealership or somebody, take a look at it. Okay, next, let's talk about Pilot Flying J. Pilot Flying J, I left them a very negative video, and they've since contacted me. We've been negotiating. We've reached a deal. I can't give the specifics of the deal, but for the most part, we're happy. They sent me the contract, and there was still a little bit of funny business in there. Fortunately, I read it and caught it before I signed it. So we're back to the negotiating table. We just ran out of time today, being Friday, or I'm filming this video on Friday night. I'll probably release it Saturday morning, or maybe even Monday morning. Hadn't decided yet. Probably Monday morning. And so I'm waiting to hear back from them. It's kind of a developing story, and as we learn more, I'll share that with you. Also today, this is the little bit of good news. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you might remember that my wife and I had talked about downsizing and basically moving into a travel trailer. And today we put a deposit on one. I told them I'd pick it up at the end of August. It's a 2017 model. It's, I believe, 33 foot long, counting the hitch and everything, 29 just the trailer itself. And the payments are roughly half what I was paying in rent. And so the idea is to stay in it a few years and save up some money to where I could make a very, very large down payment on a house. And I think that's kind of the game plan at this point. We were pretty excited. It's got 2 slides on it, and it's pretty nice setup. I'm not bragging. I know there's nicer ones out there. I know people with nicer ones, but we were happy to get that, and we're looking forward to that. It had a couple of things they needed to fix. There was a small spot next to the bed that needed repair, and then in the bathroom there was 2 pieces of linoleum that was starting to come up, and they're going to fix those things and go through it real good for us before we pick it up in the latter part of August. When we go pick it up, I'll shoot another video and show it to you guys and kind of tell you what we think about it. I may actually shoot that video from Lubbock. We bought it in the DFW area, so I'll have to tow it home. It'll be a little over 350 miles, and so I'll be able to give you a more in-depth opinion as far as how well it tows and things like that. And so look forward to that. The first dealership that we went to yesterday, it was just a train wreck. And we left and we drove right by this other place, but didn't stop because frankly we were just so discouraged. We didn't want to deal with it anymore. We just wanted to get back to the truck, rest for the night. And then that moves us into our next story. We got over and looked at that one today. I ended up bobtailing my truck over there. The first day of looking, I'm on a 34 here in Dallas. We rented a car and went over. Like I said, we were just so discouraged. We just went back to the truck. But we went and found this one. But earlier today, my wife was sitting up front and she said, "Todd, the AC's not blowing." And so I fiddled with it and fiddled with it. I said, well, it's probably a fuse. And I about baked in that truck. And for those that don't know, I'm not the most delightful person in the world when I'm hot. And so I was kind of short with her, and I owed her some apologies and all. But I checked every fuse I could find on that thing and couldn't figure it out. So we were up against some time deadlines. I needed to go meet with the RV guy again before he left at 5, so I went over and did that. And then the nearest, Roadrunner likes us to use TA and Petro, and so the nearest TA Petro was about 40 miles away in Weatherford. Seems like I break down in Weatherford a lot, but anyway, we went to Weatherford. They looked at it, and I found this a little suspicious. Maybe you guys would know, maybe this is normal. They're saying that I need the resistor and the blower motor. Now I could see needing the blower motor and I could see needing the resistor, but I find it unusual that I need both. And it's about 3 hours of labor. They had to tear the passenger side of the dash apart. About 3 hours of labor, and the total bill right now, the estimate I saw was $896. Now it's possible that could go up from there. you know, if they find anything else. But that's why we're in a hotel tonight. They had the dash apart and didn't really want us sleeping in the truck. And so hopefully we'll get that by tomorrow. The other frustrating thing about this, I've got just shy of $3,000 in my maintenance account. And it seems like every time the repair bill always comes up to about a third of my maintenance account. You might remember a month and a half ago, something like that, when I broke down in Fort Worth and I actually broke down here and had to go to Volvo in Fort Worth. And I think about $3,800, $3,900 in my maintenance account. And it took about a third of it then too. That seems to be the magic number. So while no breakdown is good and they're all frustrating, financially I'm still okay. I'm not in the hole. I'm not in any jeopardy with Roadrunner in any way. And you know, there's never a good time to break down, and there's really never a good time for your air conditioner to go out, especially with the heat wave that we've had through Texas lately. But they're hopefully going to have this done by noon tomorrow. And if anything newsworthy comes out of it, I'll make another video and tell you guys about it. And other than that, things have been great at Roadrunner. They've still got the nickel and dime issues that they've always had about sometimes they're not the most organized, things like that, but it's still a great place to work. I'm still making, you know, really good money. I'm still picking my loads and really happy. And I still feel confident saying if you guys are looking for a job, if the virus has slowed down where you're working and you're just not making the money that you used to, click that link below and talk to the guys here at Roadrunner, and I think you'll be surprised. We're like any other company. We're not perfect, and there's naysayers here. They're few and far between, but you'll find the occasional grumpy driver that's not happy here for whatever reason. But that's anywhere. Don't let that discourage you. If you've got a good work ethic and you're organized and you know how to manage your logbook, and I say manage, I don't mean cheat, lie, nothing like that. If you can just manage your logbook and your hours of service, you can make a good living here, and I highly recommend that everybody check it out. But this video has gone a little longer than I wanted to. I'm going to wrap it up tonight. I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, I apologize that it's been 2 weeks since our last video. I'll try to get another one out soon. As you can see the beads of sweat on my head, it's time for me to get a shower and go to bed. And like I said, I think I'm going to release this one on Monday. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Have a great day. Goodbye.